You know, Dennett's like, I call him like the Santa Claus of the bunch, because he's really nice. And Dawkins scares the crap out of me, and I can't talk to him, because every time I talk to him I sound like a certified moron. So I've just decided to give up that ghost. But I didn't, you know, I love the God delusion and everything, but I think in some ways he might be the least influential for me, because the science thing was so overpowering, and I had a really bad science education, so I had struggled with science. But does that answer your question? Okay. I love them all in their own special ways.
Hi.
Hi.
I think it's important that people have religion, and if so, why?
Well, you know, I really don't want to take anything away from anybody. If somebody feels that their life is enriched by doing something, like smoking, for instance, like, I think that's a bad idea. You should not smoke. But I'm not going to, like, take the cigarette out of your hand. You know? And I feel it's kind of the same way with religion. Like, I really don't think it's a good idea. But if you really do, you know, okay, just don't legislate it. Because then you're in my turf and I'm going to have to kick your ass. But, you know, if you want to spend all day, every day, in a religious institution, I don't really see how that affects me. You know, if you're going to try to pray in my kid's school and, you know, make me sing God Bless America at the ball games and all that other crap, and, you know, in America we're like totally blending church and state with our faith-based initiatives and all this other horse shit, you know, then I get very irate. But honestly, I don't care what other people do. If it's not hurting me, it's like the whole, you know, the Defense of Marriage Act that we have in the United States. Like, well, because we have to defend marriage against the gay onslaught. Those gay people are ruining marriage for us. How? I don't even understand the premise of that. Like, how does what they're doing have any bearing on what I'm doing? I just don't get it. So it's the same kind of thing. You know, but, unfortunately, the reality is the people who spend all day in church also want their children to spend all day in a school funded by the government where they can pray all day and talk about creationism, and they want to legislate, you know, when life begins and when life ends and all those other decisions that I see as personal, and if they have to do with faith, then make your decisions based on your faith and leave me alone. So it's a complicated answer, right, because the reality is different from the sort of like, yeah, sure, go ahead, do whatever you want. Because also you smoke near me and I'm affected by you, so it's the same kind of thing. Maybe that's a good analogy. So I try to be conciliatory, really, but I end up being frustrated because the reality of the situation is that the very, very religious people, and you know, we don't have the Muslim situation so much in America. Like, the Muslim people don't really, they're not like that, they don't have that much power to say they want to wear headscarves in schools or other things that I know are going on in other places. I feel like, you know, in New York, they send their kids to their own schools, to their own little schools, and they don't really make a lot of noise. So, to me, in my world, it's mostly like a Christian onslaught. Just as a aside, because I know that's not the same everywhere. So yeah, if you're not legislating, I don't really care. Just keep it away from me and my kids. So anyway, yeah. I mean, I've always said that the one thing I hate, really hate about all religions, and is what I call the exclusivity clause of each one. And you know, all those books that gentleman was asking about have a whole chapter about this exclusivity clause. And you know, here I was like, I thought I was the only one who ever noticed that they all have the same thing. So if that just wasn't present, like if every religion just said like, whatever, we're going to do this and the rest of you can do whatever. Oh, that would be so great, because then none of this would matter, because everyone wouldn't be trying to convert everyone else. So I'm not interested in deconverting people, to tell you the truth. But if it happens, then I'd love to talk to you. Any other questions?
Yeah, I'm interested in your perceptions of Governor Palin.
Hate.
And what do you think was going on with McCain and why he picked her as is
Oh,
running mate.
McCain. Well, I don't know what he was thinking, other than, oh, she's cute and she's a woman. Or maybe she's a woman and she's cute. I don't know which would come first for him.
He didn't pick her.
He didn't?
No.
Who picked her?
The Republican Party picked her.
Well, I don't know about that. The way it was presented to us was that he picked her. And that, like, he surprised a lot of the uppity-ups in the Republican Party by picking such an unknown. So, I don't know, but obviously a lot of white people don't want to vote for John McCain because he is not white. And a lot of women are reported to be really pissed that Hillary lost. So my feeling is he wanted to pick a woman to try to get some of those Hillary votes, and some of those Hillary votes were already shaky on the black issue, and this would just pull them over to the Republican Party because she's a woman too. I think it's unbelievable. The rash of anti-intellectualism and this whole notion that somehow the people who run our government aren't supposed to be smarter than us is just really baffling to me. And the whole folksy thing that she's got with like the little winking and the like, you know, it just makes me puke. I can't even watch her. Like, I didn't even watch the debate while we were at Wilfrid Laurier, whatever that school is called, WL. And but I don't even I can't watch her. I can't watch Bush either. You need to take like a Dramamine beforehand so that you don't throw up. I don't know what we're going to do, honestly, because McCain, if he gets to be president, I mean, the stress is clearly going to kill him, and then we're going to have her. And that, I just don't know what to say, because she is a New Earth creationist. She does think that the dinosaurs were simply left off of the ark. You know? They just didn't get on. We don't know why. Oh, they didn't have space. Oh, but the ark was like 50 cubits long. It was supposed to be long enough for all the animals. So, I don't know. I can't really think about it because, honestly, I don't know where to go. Because I like living in New York, and I am an American, and that's, you know, it's hard to think, like, that you would leave your country because of a political thing like that, but I don't really know where I'd go. But, ugh, it's depressing. And, you know, it was depressing when Bush won the first time. I mean, it was really depressing. And then I said, okay, so here's what. I'm only watching The Daily Show, you know, the fake news show, and I'm only reading People magazine. That's it. That's it. No other news source. And then he won again. You know, and then I was like, I can't even read People magazine now because they have stories about the Bush wedding and all this stuff. So it's been rough. It's been rough. I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do. We are, I'd say, yeah, I don't have to worry about New York because we're totally, you know, it's going for Obama. There's no question. I get emails from Obama all the time, and I try to donate as much money as I can. Push the button like a little mouse in the little Skinner box. But I don't know. I don't know what else to do. And I mean, that Sarah Palin, she's such a moron, and I really was hoping that she would really fail miserably. Like, just say something so stupid that everyone would have to go like, oh, you know, the emperor has no clothes. But apparently that didn't happen. Although, from what I've heard, she didn't do well. She just didn't suck. So that's maybe the worst thing that could happen. So we'll see. We've got 31 more days, I think. 32 more days of this angst. And, you know, pass the Klonopin. That's all I can say. Yeah, and you know, our election started about, I don't know, 3 years ago. So it's been, as Jon Stewart says, the endless Baton Death March to the White House. So it's been a long time coming. And I don't know.
Didn't it start in 1776?
It feels like it. Because, you know, we had like 20 people running on the Democratic side, and